Hello and welcome to the 2017 L'Étape de la Défonce 3-stage, 2-day race for 3rd and 4th category riders and juniors. We've got beautiful weather in South Wales today for the event, and the forecast tomorrow is also looking good. Here we are at the moment witnessing the 4-man team time trial event taking place on the A48. This is the 5th team to start the team time trial today. Local team, Cardiff Ajax Cycling Club, sponsored by Griffin Mill, Dolan, Fox, Stealth Storage, Cafe Velo and Sunset Cycles. All 3rd category juniors, so we're hoping for a good time from these boys. Show the older generation how it's done. Daniel McLean-Howell, Joe Rees, Tom Silcox and James Silcox. All 4 are looking focused. Concentrated. 21 teams taking part in this year's event. From the South Coast, from London, Bristol. Local teams also continue to support the event over the years. Very fast start there for number 23. He's had to look round to see where his teammates are. The team time trial is 7.1 miles of absolutely flat out effort. Quite often this time trial is decided by seconds as it's over such a short distance. So no rider can really spare any effort. This team, Radian Bike Science Racing Team, consists of 2 3rd category riders and 2 4ths. Owen Vince, Stuart Gourley, Matt Han and Philip Hopley.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Number 28 there, a little bit slow off the mark. Gannet Cycling Club has one of the best sounding sponsors I've ever seen, Wye Valley Brewery.
That's it.
That's probably how he can do such good track stands.
Wow. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go! Thank you. Good luck.
Oh, number 32 is in a little bit of trouble there. Graham Rout slipped a gear. They're going to have to wait for him. They're going to need him in this 7.1 time trial.
Not in that order, but yeah.
The 9th team to start the team time trial this morning are Rhino Velo Race Team, consisting of 3 3rd category riders, 1 4th category. Barry Pugh, Oliver Kite, Tom Pook and Graham South.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go!
Off they go. Let's see how smooth they are. That's a lot better. They all managed to stay together. Quite often the start is one of the hardest things to coordinate. Bristol South Cycling Club. Daniel Alford, 3rd category. Josh Griffiths, junior 4th category. Kieran Ellis, 3rd category. And Mark Hudson, 3rd category. They call this the race of truth. There's nowhere to hide. If you're on a bad day, you will get left behind. As long as the 3rd man stays in contact, the team gets a time. The 4th rider will get his own individual time. Quite a smooth start there. The arrival of East London Velo. 4 3rd category riders, Alex Chapman, Jack Stephen, Luke Walton and Thomas Willen. It's great to see teams from all over the country, the south, the east, travelling to this well-established stage race. Continues to be well supported by friends of the organiser and teams. This is quite often a moment where a few deep breaths and just focusing on that good start, making sure that all 4 team members can get off the mark at the same time.
Come on, boys!
Yep, a clean start there. The arrival of the Cotswold Veldrigen team, sponsored by AGD Intelligence Detection Systems and Hargrove Cycles, Glebe. 3 3rd category riders, 1 4th cat. Ben Coogan, Danny Lake, Callum Lister and Ian Pollard. We're now at the turn in the team time trial, which is 3.7 miles in. They come round this roundabout on the A48 and head back up the climb called Crack Hill. That's where the legs are going to really burn, but today they are assisted by a very slight tailwind. So it'll be interesting to see which teams have spared most effort on the way out to the turn and gained the benefit on the way back. We'll just rejoin the action. Each team is escorted by a national escort group biker. The fourth man's just coming off the back there. Hopefully they'll get round and choose the right exit. That was Brighton Mitre Cycling Club, Ben Hutley, Max Kingdom, Alex McLaren and Will Taylor. 3 third cats and a fourth cat. Yep, they've exited it as one team. Next team we should see are the Pool Wheelers Cycling Club. Samuel Brooke, who's a junior third category rider. Kevin Egan, third cat. Timothy Flynn, fourth cat. And Mark Valentine, third cat. Keeping it together on the roundabout. There we are, all still together. So hopefully we should see a good time from the Pool Wheelers. Still a 4-man squad. Next team through are the Paceline Racing Team. 4 third category riders, Damien Breen, Edward Francis, Colin Gunn and Richard Pierce. Keeping it together nice and tight round the roundabout. The next team we're expecting through, fairly local team from Newport, Cumcarn Paragon Cycle Club. Produced many good riders over the last 25 years. This year they have 3 third category senior riders and a junior third. We'll just check as he's just coming round the roundabout now. Number 75, that's actually Simon Jenkins, the third category rider. So the junior is still tagged on. They must now stay together as a 3-man squad in order to get a team time. The third man is the important man in that group now. Simon Jenkins will get his own individual time. Next team through will be the Abergavenny Road Club, another local club that's been going many years and always sends a team to this race. Keeping it tight round the roundabout. Let's see how they exit. Nicely grouped together. Final team to come through will be the Pontypool Road Cycling Club, another local stalwart, just being a little held up there with a learner driver. They consist of 4 third category riders, Adam Cole, Adam Tempest, Wayne Thomas and Richard Lawrence. Well, that's a wrap for the team time trial. We shall return to the headquarters in Cowbridge now and see which team has posted the fastest time and which rider has taken the leader's yellow jersey, sponsored by Pedal Cover. We're now joined by the team time trial winners, Rhino Velo Race Team, consisting of Barry Pugh, Oliver, Tom and Graham South, who has taken the race leader's jersey. They produced the fastest time today, 16 minutes 35 seconds for the 7.1 mile team time trial. We'll just have a chat to see how it felt for you out there today. The conditions are quite warm. I feel that there was a little bit of a headwind on the way out there. How did it feel for you all boys?
The main plan was to try and finish together, and obviously on the return leg coming up the climb, we just tried to make sure we kept it all together and not do anything silly. And I've done time trialing before, but Tom hadn't. You haven't
first
done,
one, hasn't it?
Yeah. So we haven't really done. We've done bits and bobs of time trialing, but I suppose it's me, Ollie, you done.
I am probably the world's worst time trialist, so it was quite
probably just me then. But that's for me. I think he went to plan. We communicated, like if there's a hole, potholes in the road, that we just communication really was key.
Certainly worked for you today, lads.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to now present you with the leader's jersey for stage 2 this afternoon to Graham, as he was the first man to cross the line.
Graham.
Thank you very much.
There we are, the Pedal Cover race leader's jersey. There we go. All set for stage 2. Now, what we need to do is discuss what your tactics are for stage 2.
Well, we weren't really expecting this, to be fair. We aim to go and do like a smooth time trial. So it's it's an honour and a pleasure, obviously, for all of us to be the sharp end of the race. I think we're pretty strong, and you look around the field. I think it's a challenge to the rest of the teams to kind of take it off us. I think. Yeah, we can defend the jersey and take it through to tomorrow. So
Congratulations, boys.
Thank you. Thank you so much indeed.
Good luck with
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Cheers. Thanks.
Sideways.
Hello, good morning and welcome to day 2 of the 2017 L'Étape de la Défonce stage race. I'm here with the overall race leader, Joseph Rees, third category junior from Cardiff Ajax, who stole the show yesterday, finishing third in the team time trial and going on to win stage 2 that finished atop Cowbridge Bypass. We're going to have a little chat with him now just to ask him how he felt during the course of yesterday.
As a team, we monitored the brakes in the day earlier on just to make sure that nothing really got away and could stick, and then when it came up to the finish, I bridged over to the front group with my teammate Dan McLean-Howell, and we then just were able to push on to the finish and pull off a 1-2, which was brilliant.
It certainly looked impressive when you crossed over the line. You left a lot of more mature riders in your wake. A lot of legs were cramping up yesterday. How did you cope with the heat? A lot of people were having some serious trouble on that final climb.
Yeah, we're not used to this weather in Wales. I mean, just used to the rain normally, but no, the heat, I learned to cope with it because I do a lot of racing, and so you generally just learn to cope with the heat then, and so when it came to it, I was able to just keep myself calm and keep level-headed, and was just able to then push on up the road.
Today's stage is quite often the most difficult of the three, over Black Mill. Quite a bit of climbing today. Have your team got a plan today just to monitor absolutely everything that's going up the road and try and hang on to that yellow jersey?
Yeah, well, we've already, advantage of being a local club, we've been able to recce the route with some other members of the club as a whole, and we know how decisive the stage is, and with the hills it's going to really be a tough one to control. But I think we've got a strong enough team to do that, and so hopefully we can push on the climbs and control the race and keep it all together then and keep hold of the jersey.
We're speaking now to Dan from Cardiff Ajax. Third yesterday in the team time trial, finished second yesterday to his teammate on the Cowbridge Bypass. Can you talk us through how you actually got away yesterday after what looked like quite a difficult stage for many riders suffering from cramp?
Yeah, well, basically, after a roundabout on the A48, I was at the front to race and it started to break up, going up a climb. Some riders in front of me were slowing up, but I saw a group of riders going away, so I just got onto them and we worked for a bit. I saw we had quite a sizable advantage, and also Joe came across solo on his own. So I was just trying to protect myself, sitting in the wheels. Then going up the climb, Joe attacked and I followed him, and no one else could come with us, so yeah.
Today is quite often the most difficult stage of the race, going over Black Mill, over to Gilfach. Have you also been talking to your teammates about trying to control the race today and hold on to the lead and the points jersey and the team classification?
Oh yeah, obviously we want to hold on to as many jerseys as possible, so we'll try and go with all the breaks, but we'll just see how it pans out, how our legs are after yesterday. And yeah, it's going to be a very difficult stage. Obviously, I recce'd the routes in a very big climb today, but hopefully it'll turn out okay.
Well, we certainly wish you the best of luck, and hopefully you'll be able to hang on to all of the classifications and show all these older border boys how it's done. After 2 days and 3 stages of racing around the Vale of Glamorgan and Monaghan and Taff, we finally got an overall GC winner. It was almost pretty much a clean sweep. We're with the 4 junior riders from Cardiff Ajax who've pretty much shown the rest of the race how to ride a bike. We've got the young lad there, race winner, Joe Rees. How did today feel for you?
Well, I didn't really know what the legs were going to feel like after yesterday because it was a hard stage, obviously, and so I'd worked extremely hard. But then I got on the bike this morning and I was feeling quite good. And then you had the team then to control the race and just keep it at my pace. So I was very much protected throughout, so I didn't have to stick my nose out much, which was nice.
We did see that you were always to the front of the race, keeping an eye on any moves that were going clear. And there was one move that did seem to go away near the end of the race that got about 28 seconds at one time, and then the bunch just seemed to pull him back on that very long climb just under the M4 motorway bridge. Did you always feel that it was in control, even though that guy was making some serious headway at one stage?
That move did start looking dangerous at the end of the race, but we knew we could bring it back on the climb because put everyone in the hurt house and just pulled it back at our own pace then. So yeah, it was really under control, and we had the lads then doing great turns, bringing it all back.
It looked impressive, and I noticed that a lot of guys were shelled out on that very first time up the Blackmill climb. Was it you boys on the front doing all of the damage, or was it you getting help from other teams?
Yeah, we took that climb pretty hard because we knew there were time bonuses at the top. So I just went to the front and got Dan and Joe in a good position so that they could get those time bonuses and move, consolidate their places on the GC.
That's it. That's right. It was well impressive to see, because I was at the back of the race following in the car, and it was pretty much carnage at the back there. I was going around ones and twos all of the time, so I thought somebody's at the front doing some serious turns here. So, moving on, you've won also the team classification, the points classification, and you produced the first junior. What's next for you guys?
Oh, well,
I think it's focusing mainly now on the junior nationals because we're all still able to do those. So looking to try and do well in them and then see what other races are available like this, because it was so well organised and so it was dream to race. So more like this, preferably.
So you're definitely back next year.
Hopefully.
Well, we'll all be second cats by next year, hopefully. So try to move on to some E1, 2, 3 races and
E1,
stuff
2,
like
3s.
that. Yeah.
Racing with the big boys.
Yeah.
Well, I hope it all goes well, fellas.
Thank you.
You've produced some cracking racing this weekend, and it was a real privilege to watch you 4 work together over both days. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I say a quick thank you to all of the organisers. The event was brilliantly done, and obviously all the jersey sponsors and the volunteers that gave up their time for the event. I think we can all say that it was done brilliantly and can't be thankful enough. So, cheers.